Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.
When the hunt matters, trust the gear that's built to perform. At Scree Gear, we design premium hunting apparel that keeps you comfortable, concealed, and ready for whatever the mountain throws your way. From early season spot and stalk hunts to late season extremes, Scree Gear is trusted by hunters who refuse to compromise. And if you want to sharpen your skills and follow real hunting adventures, watch Scree TV on Waypoint TV. Visit ScreeGear.com to gear up today. Then catch Scree TV on Waypoint TV and experience the hunt like never before.
Alright, welcome back to the Survival and Basic Badass Podcast with your hosts Kevin and Chuck. Today we're going to talk about when animals attack, what you can do to prevent it, and what you can do after it happens. Pretty much everything I know, I think I learned from Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. So, I don't know what else we got. So pretty much, if it's not an alligator or a poisonous snake biting me in the face, I probably got nothing.
Don't know what to do.
But let's talk about it. What do you got, Kevin?
All right. Well, let's talk about poisonous snakes.
All right, we'll start with snakes.
What do you know about snakes?
I know you don't want to go near them. That's the answer.
That's the trick. I had the main snakes that we got around here are the rattlesnakes up in the mountains. A lot of those, and
occasional copperheads in the creeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a friend of mine named Dave who he's like a perfect mix between redneck and hippie.
All right.
Great guy, but he just has this thing, man. He hates snakes. And not the kind of hates snakes like most people have where they run away and scream, but like hates them where he has to kill them every time he sees them.
All right.
And he was out hiking, was telling me this story. He was out hiking and saw a copperhead sitting on a rock.
All right.
So he started throwing rocks at it and finally hit it, and it slithered off into the water. So obviously the best bet that he thought was he dove into the water after it and swam down to the bottom and grabbed it by the tail. I said, don't you think that was a bad idea? He said, like, no, they're not true water snakes, so they can't strike while they're underwater. So that's a pretty brave assumption when you're talking about poisonous snakes. He grabbed it and swam up to the top and smacked its head on the rocks. And I don't know, to me that's more badass than me, because I'm not going to go chasing poisonous snakes.
No. All right.
No, that's not my thing. But if you do get bit by snakes, what do you do?
What do you do? You're pretty much screwed, is what I can tell. So I hang out with these guys, go ginseng digging and different things in the woods, and we talk. And so I've seen quite a few pictures lately of people getting bit by snakes. It's freaking nasty, by rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
So these are all the types that don't go to the doctor. Don't go get the anti-venom. Right. They freaking swell up. It looks like a freaking, imagine like a cantaloupe. And just black and blue and pus and swollen and nasty. It's not anything you want any part of. The general rule with snakes, you want to, whatever gets bit, your hand, your leg, whatever, you want to put that part of your body, lay it down below your heart. So if you're laying down your legs, down on the ground, whatever, you lower your arm, whatever. You want to take off any tight clothing because, like I said, they swell up huge. So any kind of rings, jewelry, anything like that.
What about
it's going to be bad. You want to take off the boot, the pant leg. You want to cut it off. It's nasty. They say huge mistake on the cutting it and sucking out the venom. Any poisonous snakes, that's not the way to go.
Really?
It turns out that was all like a myth and whatever. And you end up just doing damage to yourself and doing, when you're trying to help them. Okay. And cutting it up, they're just going to get infections and bad. The other thing you can do to help soften the blow, I guess, is they say try and keep their heart rate down. I know it's not the time you're going to be calm and not racing, but that's it. You want to really like relax and calm and easy, because when your heart's beating faster, it's just pushing that poison right through. But pretty much you want to go get some anti-venom, and it's actually anti-venin.
Really?
Yeah, who knew?
Who knew
and
that?
But then also interchangeable with anti-venom. But I don't know. And then they say, it's not the end of the world, but you want to, get the look of the snake, kind of get a feel for what it is. Really, kind of take a peek. They say don't bother trying to catch it, whatever. I mean, that's cool if you can, but more often you're just going to go get bit again and whatever, and snakes are usually slicker than you. Again, back to the crocodile hunter, he was big on the sticks with like a forked end and just pinning them down on the neck. I've actually caught snakes in the woods that way. We had some big black snakes and different things, and you can just having that 3 or 4 feet, because they're not afraid, and you just freaking can pin down their head, and once you have their head pinned down, then it's all good. But the rest of it, and then you can just cut their head off. What's the weirdest thing? I just discovered this, and it's funny, I came across it twice. My whole life I'd have never heard this, and then it's come up twice in the last 3 months. But a snake like believe it or not, cobras over in the, in India and wherever, cobras and rattlesnakes, and I imagine other snakes, can bite you up to an hour and a half after they're dead.
Really?
Isn't that the freakiest thing?
Yeah.
So I came across an article about a chef who, it was actually on another podcast, they were talking about it. And the guy was cutting they make some kind of cobra stew.
Oh, it sounds delicious,
And, and so they're making the cobra stew, and so they kill the snake right there. He cut the head off, and, well, I imagine, there was some of it, maybe more than the head, because the head doesn't do much. And about a half hour later, while he's preparing it, he got his hand too close to the head, bit him, killed him, no anti-venom. He screwed. It was one of those,
when a cobra bites
you're dead
you, that's
in 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
They said usually the restaurants that do it will keep anti-venom on hand. They didn't have any, because I guess they'd used it for another bite recently. I don't know. It just seems weird. But they were saying, so I was blown away by that. And I'm like, is that true? I don't know. I go and I look, and I saw another story about rattlesnakes getting hit on the highway. And people go and they want to cut the rattle off and think they're cool, or take the snake skin and make something. I don't know. And sure enough, they go to touch them, the dead snake, and the snake will bite them, even though it's already long dead, squished in the pavement. And they just have some, reflexes or whatever that will just do it, like a chicken running with its head cut off. But they said hours.
Really?
And I was kind of blown away by that.
Yeah, I had a friend up not too far from here.
Yeah.
That he runs he's like the maintenance handyman for a resort for Ukrainians. And I was supposed to meet him about something, and when I got there, he wasn't there. I sent him a text message. He said, just had a problem, I'll be right down. Sure enough, he shows up in his little four-wheeler thing a few minutes later, and it's got a rattlesnake head in there in the back. He's like, yeah, we got a report about the rattlesnake, so I had my friend take a rock rake and pulled it out from underneath the cabin, and I chopped its head off with a machete. I'll be honest with you, with the rattlesnake, I'm not sure that I really want to get machete close.
Yeah, no.
But he was, they barbecued that guy up and ate him later on that day. I went and saw he had skinned it and saved the skin up on a
They say
on a board.
making the chili with the rattlesnake is the dream. I don't know.
That doesn't sound good to me. But
there's a lot of meat. They're really thick, rattlesnakes. They can be pretty cool. But moving along, I hate putting even any time into snakes, because doesn't really mesh with the whole badass thing, because they're tough to fuck with. You can't really do much with a snake, and damn it, I can't tell you how to avoid them because
you just step on them or you don't step on them.
You're gonna freaking, you just gotta know the kind of area you're going into, and kind of stay in the cleared, nice, easy thing. And that doesn't sound too badass, but
I was up hiking in the mountains, inspecting some reservoirs.
Yeah,
and it was right by that Ukrainian place. And I was walking in the front. And there's a guy behind me, and he was about 40 feet behind me, and he's like, "Dude, you just stepped right over that big snake in the trail." He ran up with a branch and threw it into the woods. I never did get to see what it was, but I think it must have been a black snake.
Yeah,
but,
a lot of black.
I mean,
snakes.
You can walk right past them and not even notice them.
Yeah. So, moving right along, now let's talk about wolves.
Wolves.
Now, I gotta say, you fight a wolf, you're a badass.
It's pretty legit. What
do you know about wolves?
Well, if you're ever gonna get in a one-on-one confrontation with a wolf, which never happens.
Yeah.
They say what the best bet is to get your off arm up, if you're right-handed, your left arm up, get it right in its mouth, and then grab the back of its head and push the head into your arm, because the teeth are curved backwards, so they can't really do much damage that way, and it'll suffocate it. So that seems like a pretty badass way to do it. I did get attacked by a German Shepherd. And
sounds like the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, well, in this case, I just punched it in the face really hard, and
I guess the
that
difference
solved the
is
problem.
that the German Shepherd probably weighs about 35 or 70 pounds. Whatever.
Yeah, a lot
Whereas
less than
the
a
wolf's
wolf.
like 180 or whatever. But all right, I don't know. They say that definitely with wolves, one of the things is they're one of these animals with the eye contact kind of thing. They say, basically, if you're a pussy, you want to keep your head down.
Right, look away.
And not make eye contact. But as I've learned doing repairs in people's houses, never, ever, ever turn your back on a dog or a wolf. Because as soon as you turn, they're like, fuck it, he's mine.
Yep.
And they go right for you and you're screwed.
Yeah.
And everything I read, that's what the wolves are going to do too.
Never turn your back to them.
Don't turn your back. The big thing, ideally, you want to, not look at it, start to back away. But they said as soon as they start growling and, snapping their jaws and trying to intimidate you, as soon as that happens, fuck the submissive. Then all of a sudden you want to be as aggressive as possible. You want to start making noises,
right?
Making yourself look bigger. You want to stand up tall. You want to flail about a little bit and intimidate them. Because once they get in that attack mode, the submission thing, that just is worse for you. You don't want any part of it.
Right.
Now, I did read, again, you get down on the ground and freaking fetal position, all submissive. Yeah, I'll leave that to you. I'm not doing that. They said he's still going to bite you and attack you, but he might not kill you.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound so good. The other thing, you're in the woods. Do you have a gun? Do you have a knife? They said knife, it's worth fighting. Give it a shot. You want to stab it right above the shoulder blade in the back, or you want to go for the throat and the face. They said you can kind of deflect it and fight it with like a club or a stick and beating it, but you're not going to kill it.
Right.
And that's where you get into trouble because they don't stop, you know? And so you're just, you can stun them and maybe give yourself a second to get up a tree. And if you're up a tree, it's going to work out.
Yeah, well, I mean, how long are they going to wait? Like, are they gonna sit down at the bottom of the tree and just wait for you to come down? Eventually, you got to come down.
They said, throwing stones when you're, right away when you see him, the submission thing doesn't work. He looks like he's growling. He's ready to attack. They say, you want to pick things up and start throwing them at him and fuck with them and don't care.
Right.
Throwing rocks, but they said don't, spend time on the ground. You want to kind of swoop up a rock and toss it. You don't want to,
Well, you got to remember that humans are predators just like wolves are.
Yeah.
You're just as dangerous to that wolf as that wolf is to you, and you just have to make it think that you're going to cause more damage if you can hit it in the face with the rock. But, that's the problem. You're not usually dealing with a wolf.
Yeah.
If you get in a situation like that.
We have heard wolf pack.
Yeah, that's the standard thing. If you're,
Right. So they said...
Attacked by a wolf pack, you're kind of
Now,
fucked.
it's weird. If you're somewhere where werewolves aren't used to dealing with people, you can fire off a gun and they'll freak out and take off. But it kind of has the opposite effect if you're in somewhere where they're kind of familiar and used to running into people. What happens is when they hear that gunshot, they think you just shot and killed something, and they're coming over for dinner. They either want that gut pile that you're leaving, or they want to come steal your kill from you. And so that can kind of backfire on you. They said you're way better off shooting it with a shotgun because in the heat of the moment when it's lunging at you, a little tough aiming a rifle, but who knows. So wolves now are in, they said, at least 23 states. So more and more, and we keep introducing them to the wild. I'm not sure how this is a good idea.
Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens a lot. For some reason, that's they have too many deer, so then they put some wolves out there. Then they have too many wolves, and they have to shoot the wolves. And
yeah, it sounds like a mess. Now, if you get into the conspiracy side of it, a lot of people believe that they're introducing predators, and there were actually some books back in the day, in the last 20, 30 years, that talk about it's a good idea to introduce predators into the wild, and that way you can keep the population in the cities and in the in the closer communities, and that way it's easier to control the people.
Good thinking.
Because I'll just move into the wild and screw them. But now you got freaking roving wolf packs, and it's just one more thing to get in your way.
Yeah, I was looking up at some of these the old stories about wolves. I was looking up the story about the Beast of Gévaudan, which is a wolf in France that ate like 113 people. And it's kind of interesting story because the guy that ended up killing it, Jean Chastel, was this is the 1760s.
All right.
And supposedly he was only able to kill a wolf when he shot it with a blessed silver bullet. So maybe it was werewolf. I'm not sure, but
that's more
likely. But 113 people. That's pretty. That's pretty
badass.
serious situation when your wolf is eating the whole damn village.
I did read one more where say you have the wolf coming around, and now obviously there's certain rules about trapping and different things you can do and whatever, and I'll let you figure out the laws where you live. But as far as the survival situation goes, they said if you can bury a knife with a sharp blade and cover it with blood from a fresh kill of something, a rabbit, whatever, you leave it sticking in the ground, then the wolf will come over and lick it and cut its tongue off, and cut its tongue all fuck up because it'll lick it that aggressively, and it'll end up killing the wolf.
Really?
And that's actually been done several times.
Really? That doesn't sound like it will work.
To me, it sounded a little crazy. Because I can lick a knife. I do it all the time when I'm, cutting up dinner or whatever. But apparently that's something to consider. Now, another predator we have in the Northeast now is wild boars.
Yeah, that's a newer thing.
That's a new thing. Yeah, they're starting to spread.
Yeah, they're not native to North America.
It's something that you might come across. And, I know that we've seen some of these TV shows on it. These boar hunters and whatever. Kind of cool. But, they can be some wild animals.
Yeah,
Any thoughts?
Interesting thing about wild boars is they're exactly the same as the pigs you have on your farm.
Yeah, I was told that...
once they go, they turn into almost a different animal within a few weeks of being feral. They start growing tusks, their hair gets coarser, turns black. It almost like just changes entirely what it is.
Wow.
And they have no problem messing you up. I remember I was actually living in a cabin not too far from here and lived on a farm.
All right.
And they had a 500-pound pig there.
That's a big pig.
And I was sitting on my front porch. My son was just coming out the front door.
Yeah.
And this 500-pound pig starts running up the street. Running up onto our porch. I said, "Get inside!" And he closed the door. I was on the other side of I was out in the yard though.
Yeah.
And man, that thing just barreled through. Didn't notice anything. Just destroyed everything that was on my porch. And I don't know how I didn't know how you get a pig to do what you want it to, but my neighbor came out with a box of cereal and just started throwing cereal on the ground and walking back towards the pen. And apparently that's how you get a pig to do what you want. It, so.
All right, keep it in mind. Now, they said the trick with a wild boar come running at you, it's the same as a car coming at you. You want to jump the fuck out of the way. But the problem is, you got to wait till the last second. Because unlike a car who's trying not to hit you, the wild boar is going to react and try and follow you. So you want to wait till the last second and then jump the hell out of the way. Same thing, getting up in a tree is really going to be your best bet on avoiding them. However, they do say if you want to be cool like the matadors with the bull runs, jumping out of the way and stick them in the side with your knife. And, you might take a couple tries to get that thing down, but that's the way to do it. But not many people are taking out a boar with a knife.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I did know a guy that legitimately, intentionally went boar hunting with a knife.
With a knife.
Which I guess he would get up in a tree and jump down at it. He also went crocodile hunting with with a bow and arrow. So that's,
It's that kind of guy.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good with the gun.
You stick with the gun, huh? All right, I like it. Now, what else we got? Sharks? What do you know about sharks?
Shark repellent. Well, I don't know a whole lot about sharks, but do you remember the Batman movie from the 60s? He had that shark repellent. There's a great white hanging from his leg, and he sprayed the shark repellent. Pulled it off his belt,
bam. Now I always wondered, does he set his belt up for each mission? Like, I'm going to be out over the water today.
I don't know. A lot of the time he says things like, luckily today I wore my hypothermic underwear, so when I was under the ice, I was all right. But I don't know. It seems like a lot of luck with him.
He's a prepper.
Yeah, I was building a Batman belt for one of my kids, and you can get a lot of cool stuff. But I was reading about what.
Were you able to find the shark repellent?
They do sell it. They do sell it, but I didn't feel like it was going to come up very often.
No, all right.
For her,
especially while she's wearing the belt.
Right. And the belt is seriously illegal to wear outside of the house in New York State because apparently a lot of what he has in the belt are considered burglary tools. So got our lock picks, the batarangs, which were pretty legit, man. Steel, you could really stick it in something. But you can actually buy the gun, the grappling gun.
Oh.
But it's like $8,000. So I said I'm just gonna pass on that.
All right.
Everything else she's got.
So back to sharks. So besides shark repellent, what do you got? I do know there is a story in 2007. Shark comes up, takes a kid's arm off. Dad jumps in the water, grabs the freaking thing by the tail, drags it up on the beach. Some kind of park ranger or whatever was there, comes over, shoots the shark. They cut him open, take the arm out, and take it to the hospital on ice. And they put the kid's arm back on, and that actually worked.
Yeah. I think the dad had some serious nerve damage to his arms because he was trying to open the mouth with his hands and cut his hands up pretty good. But the arm works.
All right. Hey, so there are some people out there. What I've read is you want to punch around the nose and the eyes, jab them in the eyes. Again, you're not going to outswim a shark.
Yeah.
So
most of the time, what I hear is when they bite you, they realize you're not something that they want to eat.
They want to take
and
off.
They go, but by that point, it's
I would think,
usually too
late. What? If I jab my finger in your eye, you might realize I'm not something you want to fuck with either. So, whatever.
Yeah. Usually when I go to the beach, I'm not carrying a knife, but maybe I need to start thinking about that.
There you go. They have the divers where you always have the little ankle thing. You see it on the movies.
Yep.
I think it might have been in Flipper. I don't know. So moving right along, how about bear attacks? What do you know about bears?
Well, I mean, the main threat in the Northeast where we live are, wild dogs and bears.
Black coyotes, bears. I guess small children, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I was, I did spend a couple nights out in the Sierra mountains up in California.
Yeah.
And I was out there. I just basically had a flashlight, a fire, and a blanket. And I knew there were coyotes out there. But, you know, I mean, I'm a grown man. I'm not too worried about coyotes. So that's never really been a thing. They're small animals. They go after small animals.
Okay.
But when I went back in there, they were like, the people I was staying with, they're like, oh, did you see our bear out there? What? I didn't know there was a bear. I knew the coyotes were out there.
They put it on the state flag. Yeah. I don't know.
But, you know, up until recently, you know, up until the past 100 years, the apex predator in North America was not humans. It was grizzly bears.
Okay.
You know, they were, they were the top of the food chain.
Yeah, I don't think grizzly's something you want to mess around
with. No, grizzly bears are the ones, most bear attacks that kill people are grizzly bears.
Right.
And that's, you know, they're much more aggressive than black bears. They like eating people, apparently. And, you know, the best bet, they say with them, is to play dead. You can't outrun a bear.
No.
And I've heard a lot of stories about people playing dead and getting away with it. But, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be my go-to.
All right.
Hopefully, if I'm running into a bear, I'm not just out there in, you know, in my shorts and a t-shirt and not have anything with me. You know, Usually when I go up into the woods, into the mountains,
the big thing
I'm not unarmed.
Right. The big thing I've seen with the bears, I mean, really, like you said, you got to have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a knife. I don't see how you have a good scenario.
There
the
are
only thing I've seen
stories about
there's
people.
a movie. I'm sure it eludes me, and I'm not going to get it. The one with that Baldwin clown, and I think it's the Baldwin, his wife, and Hannibal.
Yep.
And
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
And so he makes that spear.
Right.
And I've heard of he read that the Indians do it and whatever, and I've heard some other stories.
Get the bear to stab itself.
Right.
That's what he
So
did
the bear stands up, looks all tough, whatever, and he ends up putting the spear kind of in front of him as the bear comes down. His own weight impales himself on the spear. So that's really the only thing I see.
You want to be careful with black bears or grizzly bears. The main thing, if you're in an area that has bears, that know about bears, just make a lot of noise. They don't want to mess with you, and the problems come when you just happen upon them. You know, especially mother bears. If you're in between her and the cubs,
the baby,
that's the one you play dead.
All
because it's not trying to eat you; it's just trying to keep you from getting its cubs.
Yeah.
So, you know, black bears, real common around here.
Yeah.
But they're not very aggressive. They're more omnivore than carnivore. So they, you know, if you make a lot of noise and startle them, they'll leave you alone. But I don't know. I've never encountered a bear up close. You know,
never up close. When we were kids, up in Canada, a few times we've come home and like happened upon them, and again they just kind of wanted to take off and get the hell out of there. You know?
Yeah. Do you remember? You ever go to the town dump?
I have been.
And
in
any places
dump.
where the bears are going, people all go down there to watch the bears.
Watch the bears.
Yeah, that always seems like a stupid idea.
It does seem like a stupid idea.
Now as an adult, when I was a kid, with my parents, I thought that was cool. But he did that, right? Throwing the candy bars at him.
I myself, as a young child, have gone to the dump to watch the bears, so that is definitely something that plays out.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think that's as far as North America, that's the main predators. The wolves, snakes is not necessarily a predator, but a dangerous animal.
Yeah,
bears.
Now
another thing is moose.
Oh, and I've heard bad things with the moose attacks.
Yeah, moose is another one where you want to play dead once it hits you, because it's not going to eat you. You're not food. You're just a threat.
Yeah. So
just get down or get in your car if you got one nearby. But if you don't, just ride it out, man. Just ride it out. You can have some broken arms and ribs, but
nobody wants
you can't outfight a moose, man. Yeah. They're like 1,500 pounds is the average large size moose. Yeah,
you don't want to mess with the moose.
Not me. Now tiger attacks. You know anything about tigers? Are an Asian
Yes.
animal. Just an Asian, no other continent.
All right.
Now cats. We have jaguars in the United States. We have mountain lions.
We have some mountain lions.
Cougars and mountain lions are the same thing. They're an animal that only attacks you when you're not looking at it.
Yeah.
So that's one you want to make eye contact with. And in India, in certain areas where they have a lot of tiger attacks, the guys actually wear masks of faces on the backs of their head. And I knew a guy named Chuba Ao from India. He was from Nagaland, India. And he was telling me a story about how he was in the jungle by himself, and he went around the bend in the trail, and he said there's a tiger right in front of him. And he said to me, he goes, "At that time, I was the fastest man in all of India. But luckily, the tiger was as afraid of me as I was of him." So he didn't get eaten, but tigers are a serious thing in India. So but there's when you go to Asia, maybe you need to brush up on your tiger safety.
All right, something to keep in mind. Now, another thing I forgot to mention with the wolves is they said if you howl like a wolf, they'll howl back, but then they're going to come find you.
Mm.
So you don't want to just matter-of-factly
start howling when you're
out in the woods. But something to keep in mind, you're like, hey, I wonder if there's any wolves out here that I need to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
You howl, they'll let you know.
Yeah, I remember my grandmother was telling me a story about a pit bull.
Yeah.
She was walking down the street, and a pit bull was on the sidewalk in front of her and started growling. So she backed up, keeping her eyes on it, and the pit bull kept getting closer and closer. So she started crossing the street where there are cars and on either side, and pit bull was still following her. So she just started shouting and stomping her foot at it, and scared the pit bull off. That's my granny for you.
It happens.
But I mean, the something we need to worry about also in an urban environment is just aggressive dogs.
Now, I find, like I said with the wolves, you do not turn your back on an angry dog.
Yep.
You just don't do it. He's gonna bite you. There's no way around it. The problem I have is there's no way to really fight a dog. You can kill a dog, but you can't fight and just. I mean, I guess if he's tiny, you can just kind of pick him up or swat it. But you're not, an 80, 100-pound, 150-pound dog. You're not going to be sparring with and win.
Right.
You're going to have to either. Maybe you can choke him out, but pretty much you're going to have to kill it, or he's going to bite you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my experience, a good right hook to the dog's face, it took care of him.
All right.
I was outside. It was the neighbor's German Shepherd.
Yes.
And it was a big, mean, aggressive dog. And it was just outside, and the kids were outside playing. And I went out, was talking to my son.
Yeah.
And I reached over to him to take the ball that he had, and the dog thought I was going after him, and just chomped the hell out of my hand. And it was like one of those instinct things, just instant reaction where I punched it in the face.
Yeah.
And, and it wasn't happy with that and whimpered and ran off, but I don't know if that would happen with a wolf. That's more your mean, aggressive dog. But I do know a friend that was attacked by his neighbor's dog, and the neighbor came over and tied it up to the tree outside and said he had a couple beers and was getting more and more angry about it and went over with a 2x4 and smacked it up. But I don't know. Dogs, I think, you're most likely to be attacked by a dog in North America. By a dog more than a bear, more than a wolf.
Because who hasn't? I mean, we all have stories
We've all been
of being attacked by dogs. So I don't know.
Now, what's your how many times do you think you've been bitten by dogs?
By dogs?
Excuse me. Yeah.
I would say a minimum of 5.
5 times?
Now, I would say, and they're all, I do the in-home repair stuff, so that's 3 or 4 of them
Right.
We're that. Yeah. I mean, and you know what? Every time I could have told you before it happened
that the
this dog wants to bite me, and you know, all day. And people just are insane. You're like, can't you just put your dog in the other room? Oh, he doesn't bite. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Your dog's a freaking psycho. Just put him away. Well, no, you know, he really doesn't like being in the room. It's not comfortable for him.
Yeah.
And then
Just
the dog
you,
comes
not
and
the
bites
dog,
you.
right?
Yeah, you're fucked, you know? So, yeah, no, I find that annoying. Yeah, every time I show up to a guy's house late at night, like 8 o'clock, I open the car door. I don't even see a fucking dog. Open the car door. Dog jumps right in the crack of the door and starts biting the shit out of my arm. Now, luckily, I'm wearing a big Carhartt jacket, and I'm able to like pull the door shut on his head a few times, and you know, get rid of him. Another time, I go in. I'm in the house looking at installing a dishwasher or something. This dog's in a cage in the kitchen, probably 3 feet from my head, going apeshit the whole time. You know, all crazy. I'm like, what the hell, you know? So, whatever. The guy's like, oh, well, can you come look at this other thing? We walk outside. We're looking at his deck or whatever. And then I go to come back in. And, of course, his kids let the freaking dog out. Dog comes running by the homeowner. Guy just, like, stands there like an idiot. And freaking the dog comes, rips the top of my pants, rips the bottom leg. He's biting and chewing, and I'm just standing there waiting. And this guy's just like, and nothing. And finally, I pick the dog up by the collar and throw him back in the house. The guy's like, well, you're not going to sue me, are you? And really, that was the only thing he was worried about. Not, are you okay? He's like, and finally, he's like, do I have to buy you new pants? And I'm like,
yeah, fuck the pants.
Oh,
the pants are not the problem, dude.
Pants are not the problem. You see all the blood mixing down my leg? You know what the hell? And then what was worse is I spend the rest of the day with my pants all ripped up and I look like an ass.
Yep.
That I still have a scar. You know, it's funny. It's just like a big black circle on my leg where you kind of see the whole dog's mouth. I'm like, nice. And, you know, but they've always been like that, you know. Oh, my dog's an ass and whatever. And I'm like, well, lock him up. But no, that doesn't ever seem to be.
Yeah. Now, one of the other predators that's not really a danger to people that I see a lot is the hawks and the eagles.
Yeah, we've got my chickens.
We've got some bald eagles here. And a friend of mine, same guy, the Dave with the snake story, the copperhead, diving in after the copperhead. He had a little dog that dog was outside. He went inside for a minute. As he was coming back out, bald eagle swooped it up. So, you know, I have a little dog myself, and we had some bald eagles, and I keep trying to usher it out in the yard. Maybe it'll get taken. But there's definitely a lot of stories around here about Department of Environmental Protection.
Yes.
Finding eagles' nests that have dog collars in them, 3 or 4 dog collars in there.
I have a customer of mine, actually he's a friend of mine has a tree landscape business. And he has some stupid parrot, costs, you know, $1,500 or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so we have a mutual customer that also has one of these stupid parrots. So the customer went on vacation, and he's like, calls the landscape guy, calls my buddy and says, you know, can you come watch my parrot? Because, you know how to take care of them and whatever. You have the same bird and blah, blah, blah. You'll be able to deal with it. Oh, yeah, no problem. This is great. Whatever. Goes over, puts the parrot on his arm, is walking out to his truck. Freaking hawk comes in, swoops that parrot right off his arm.
Oh, that's great.
He's just like, holy crap. And he's like, it was just gone.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just amazing. These, you know.
Yeah, it's amazing to see him happen. I was...
but you'd think the hawk could be intimidating. Oh, there's a
person,
200-pound guy
giant
there.
Animal there.
But nothing. No, wasn't a problem.
Yeah, I was driving down the road the other day, and there's a mouse running across the road, and I didn't even notice it. It would just my mind saw it as a leaf blowing across the street or something, and right in front of me, 15 feet in front of the car, hawk swooped down and scooped them up. They got pretty good eyesight.
Well, so, I didn't see you coming 15 feet.
Right. Well, I was stopped at a stop sign. I figured he thought I was waiting for him to get his mouse, and then he could go.
All right.
But there's a lot of predators that are interesting to watch that aren't as dangerous to people. We have foxes right around my neighborhood that have been eating the neighborhood cats, and I actually called the forest rangers around here to find out what to do about it, and all he said was, "Yeah, foxes love cats."
What else you got? Is that it?
That's about all I got.
I think that's all I brought to the table today.
If you guys have any interesting animal attack stories,
we'd love to hear about it.
If you ever had to fight off an animal.
You know where would be a great place where they could tell us about it?
Where's that?
If they went on the iTunes and just click on review when you're downloading the podcast and tell us about your story. Let us know.
That sounds good.
Tell us about your animal attacks. Now, today, some exciting stuff. We have a sponsor.
Is this our first sponsor?
Our first sponsor for the Survival and Basic Badass podcast.
All right.
So, today, we wanted you to check out RussiaEMP.com. Now, this website is basically telling you about why a EMP attack might be imminent in America and what you need to know and what you need to do to prevent it.
All right.
Well, not prevent it, prepare for it.
Prepare for it.
So, RussiaEMP.com.
Now, EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse.
Electromagnetic pulse.
And that's hypothetically, that it knocks out all electrical
that's
circuits.
When the power goes out.
All right.
Basically, anything with a transistor in it is going to be, destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, it's definitely a real possibility. It happens when there's a nuclear blast. It ends up taking out stuff. It can actually happen from solar flares, different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this website, they're talking about Russia and Iran, a lot of possible threats. Something to check out. You can check out stuff like that. Other good stuff at preppingbadass.com.
Mm-hmm.
And
what was the name of the sponsor's website again?
Ooh, you want to know?
I want to know.
The sponsor is RussiaEMP.com.
All right, and we can learn more there?
Learn more there.
Excellent.
Then, when you don't like it, when you do like it, why don't you go over to iTunes and tell us about it in the reviews? We'd love to hear what you think. All right, have a good week. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next time.
Planning a fishing trip shouldn't feel like a full-time job. With FishingBooker.com, you can find and book the perfect fishing trip within minutes. FishingBooker.com connects you with trusted fishing captains around the world. Booking is fast, easy, and secure, with access to verified customer reviews, loyalty rewards, and around-the-clock customer support. Everything you need to book with confidence is in one place. So head to FishingBooker.com and start planning your next fishing adventure today.